Hi everyone, welcome to another pick a card reading. Just going to do an update. Of course, I will not be, as I have said in previous videos, I will not be doing live readings for, I said I will start again in August. It will not be the first Sunday of August or the first Thursday of August. It'll probably be around the middle of August. But I had to take a break from live readings because, and this includes YouTube and Facebook, I had to take a break from live readings, one, because I was having hell with the technology, with the new encoding software that YouTube wants us to take on during Mercury retrograde, but also I started a new job. And so I just wanted to give you an update because I'm really grateful. I had to quit an old job from harassment, and it was a very hard thing to do, and it's been a very hard process after that too. And I wasn't sure if I wanted this job because I was a little jaded with my industry. I was a little scared and traumatized, to be honest, about, and I realized that this experience was a lesson for me in masculine energy, purging some things about masculine energy, bringing things about masculine energy to light so that I could heal others. So I realized the bigger picture of it all, but it's still a confusing process, and until you experience it, you just don't know. It's like I'll be doing really well for a while, and then suddenly something will trigger me, and it'll put me back. And so part of me has wondered, like, can I have a real job again if I just, like, you know, slip into a spiral randomly, and you never know, like, what's gonna make you slip. And oddly enough, sometimes it has been women and their the roles they play, right? So I am grateful, oddly enough, for that experience because it showed me, it's given me a deeper level of compassion for those who do experience this stuff, and I realize that God uses me as a vessel, and sometimes that vessel, I have to experience some shitty things so that I can relate to other people. But I am grateful for the experience in ways, you know, big picture ways. I'm not excusing, like, what happened. I'm just like, I know I am a healer and I'm meant to heal these issues, and one way to heal these issues is to experience them. And I don't welcome, you know, bad things to happen to me. I'm just trying to see the higher picture of it all. Anyway, I got off on the harassment tangent, but I was really scared to start this job. I feel like I do work best self-employed, and I really appreciate the personal readings that have been purchased. It's really helped me out a lot in between this job and, or the last job and this job. And I do want to do tarot and astrology as sort of a part-time gig, and then have a production company. That's my main, like, Oprah dream, my Oprah goal. I always knew film and TV was my jam, and I had a housekeeping business before, so I know that I do better in self-employment, but self-employment is a hustle. Self-employment is hard. So I just need to, eventually I do want self-employment. Eventually I do want my own business. Eventually I do want, you know, my overall professional goals to be met. But for now, I just want to say, I know this was a long intro, but I do want to say that I am really happy at my new job. It's only been a week, and, you know, maybe the thrill will wear off eventually, but I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the business model. I'm happy with the company culture. I'm happy with the location's really nice. We work in a co-working space, and they have like beer, like free beer on tap at 4. I'm not much of a drinker, but it's just like neat. All the little perks that they have, and I love working with other companies in one space. I feel like that is a smart business model, and they're pretty relaxed about you know, you working independently. And the good thing about this job is that if you finish your work early, you can go home. So that's good for my side hustles. I'm on a normal person schedule, which I really appreciate, because I feel like one of the reasons why I attracted so much harassment was just working late at night. I could never get on a normal schedule at my old job, and it does take a toll on your health. So I'm really grateful that I'm working a 9 to 5 or a 9 to 3 if I get done with my work, right? And just the setup is better, and I'm working with my friend, and she's really funny and she's creative, so it, you know, being around another creative person helps my creativity, inspires me, motivates me, and she's just been a really great friend, so I'm happy to work with her, because I had like no allies at my old job. The second time I worked there. I won't go down the rabbit hole, but allies are really important, especially when you're getting harassed. But I just want to like say my gratitude. I also feel like, as far as the job description goes, it is more in line with my overall professional goals as a producer, and so I'm looking forward to learning new things about the industry. I eventually want a streaming service of my own, so I'm working with a big streaming service now. I can't tell you what it is because it's confidential information, but anyway, I get to work like directly with clients and learn more about streaming, and so I feel like I have more agency and control, and closer to my overall goals, so I'm happy about that. I'm just happy with my new job, and I wanted to share it with someone, you guys, right? No, but I'm really happy. But yeah, I need to get started on these readings because it's getting hot, and it will be unbearable soon, and I need to get some readings done for the week. So yes, I know I did not get pick-a cards out for every day last week. I'm gonna try to get them. It depends on how much I record today, because I know I'm not going to be able to record tarot readings throughout the week. Just my energy is drained, you know, even though I do get a lot of free time at this new job, as far as if we get done, we get to leave early. But just the energy that's devoted to it, right? It's gonna have to be on the weekend. I have decided I'm not gonna record on Saturday because Saturday is my rest day, and so it just depends on how much I get done on Sundays. So anyway, lots of rambling, sorry, but grateful for my new job, higher pay, better schedule, I'm with friends, closer to my professional goals, and I'm just really happy to work in that space with the people I'm working with. And it's kind of crazy because I know I'm rambling a lot, I'm sorry, but it's kind of crazy because like 7 years ago, I was scrubbing toilets. I had to be self-employed because the job market sucked in my home state, and so I had to make money somehow, and I was a housekeeper, and I had to hustle for clients, and I got a lot of fulfillment out of it, and I loved being self-employed. So I know it's not the most prestigious job, but I enjoyed it a lot. In some ways, I liked it better than what I was doing at the last job I worked for. And oddly enough, as a housekeeper, I felt like I had more respect because it was a client, like a client service relationship rather than like, you're my minion, do whatever I say, right? Like you're this nobody subhuman person. Anyway, but I was making like $10 less 7 years ago, and now I'm in the industry that I always knew I was supposed to be in, and I'm making $10 more per hour, and it's just crazy how much I've grown, and can't believe it sometimes. And so anyway, if you are still with me listening to my rambling, I just want to say that you may be in a position now where your job sucks and it seems hopeless, and you know, you're not making enough money and you feel like there's something more, and I just want to say that it can change, but you know, making $10 more per hour did not come without sacrifices, did not come without taking risks, and did not come without putting in a lot of hard work, but I'm proud of myself and I've accomplished a lot, and you can too, okay? So don't get discouraged, but this pick a card is going to be, how's this job gonna work out? What will happen if I take this job? I don't know what the title is exactly yet, but you will know, right? What will happen if I take this job? How is this job going to go? Okay, so you have 3 piles to choose from. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. I'll let you choose, but you have probably already chosen by now. So let's get on to it. Pile number 1. Pile number 1. What will happen if you take this new job? What will this new job be like? What will happen if you take this new job? What will this new job be like? Whoop. What will happen if you take this new job? What will this new job be like? What will happen if you take this new job? What will this new job be like? What will happen if you take this new job? What will this new job be like? One more shuffle. What will happen if you take this new job? What will this new job be like? 8 of Wands, like it. Star, love it. Justice reversed, okay. We have Judgment, Judgment and Justice, okay. 5 of Pentacles reversed, and the Knave of Pentacles reversed. So I feel like this is perhaps something like your dream job, and it will open the doors to success. We have the 8 of Wands usually talks about communication, fast moving, action, activity, but in this deck it's keys. It looks like more than 8 keys. But I feel like this is like the keys to success, the keys to open the doors to those professional opportunities that you want, right, to your dream, because the Star is all about dreams. The Star is all about destiny and wishing on a star, and you know, everything that seems impossible, these high ideals that seem out of reach. Stars are out of reach, right? But it's all about the stars aligning, perfect orbits, and syncing. There's a card in the Halloween Oracle, Fortune Meets Opportunity. So I feel like with this 8 of Wands, these keys and the Star, it's like this is going to be Fortune Meets Opportunity. However, I feel like there is going to be an element of it's going to catch you up financially. It might be high paying. It's going to catch you up financially. It's going to bring you out of poverty. It may be higher paying than your last job. It may have more benefits. It may pull you out of debt. It may, you know, catch you up in a lot of ways. However, I don't think it offers as much value as you deserve. I feel like I also am getting a message with this card. The Page of Pentacles can be a card about offering something of value. It could be a card about being a student. So I would try to learn everything you can. Don't go in thinking like you know everything. Treat it as a learning experience. What was the other message? I feel like there might be something, like you might feel like a little above this job. With the Judgment card, the Judgment card is about elevating to the next level, and this could definitely be you elevating to the next level in like your dream job, right? And so you're ascending to a higher position, but you might still have a feeling of being on a higher level than even this job, right? And so I would try to value everything you could learn despite this position, right? I do feel like I cannot find the words to get what I'm feeling out of this card. Let me focus. Hold on one second. Just make sure not to be sort of come off as entitled. Okay, I get it. You have something of value to offer them as well, and you have something to teach them as well. So make sure that you value the learning opportunity in all ways, right? In the ways they can teach you and the ways you can teach them. And even if this is like a stepping stone to your dream to open up the doors, like this, okay, so it's like not exactly your dream job, but close to your dream job. And so developing relationships, networking within this place, learning all you can learn from this job and teaching others in this job is going to give you that key to another opportunity, right? It's going to give you a key to get to that higher place, right? I also have to say that with this Justice reverse, there might be some unfairness. There might be some people undervaluing your work, people undervaluing what you bring to the table. But I mean, this is a lot like my situation. It's like, if you stuck through my long intro, there was a lot of unfairness in my last job. There was a lot of undervaluing me. When I wasn't being harassed, I was being treated like a dumb bimbo who didn't know anything. And it just wasn't fair to me. They weren't valuing me, right? But at the same time, that job was a stepping stone to better things. It was a stepping stone to the other job that I wouldn't have been able to get now if I didn't go through that job, right? If I didn't have the experience of that job. So what I would say if you take this job is that it's not an end point, it's a stepping stone. It's a jumping off point, but it is meant to elevate you. It is meant to ascend you to that next level, and it is meant to get you to your ultimate wish. Also, if you do experience some sort of unfairness, some sort of imbalance, if there is labor abuse, if there is sexual harassment, if there is anything like that, wage theft, you are put into this position to call it out, right? You are put into this position to make that company better, to make that, to make those people around you better if you experience some unfairness, right? But I also want to say with this Five of Pentacles reversed, don't hesitate to hold people accountable to elevate them to the next level. And this isn't about like sending them down to hell. This is about raising those people up, like making them better. If someone does you unfairly, it's not about like getting revenge on them. It's about helping them do better, right? Helping them see, this is unfair and I expect better from you. But if you are getting a nice paycheck from this position, I would encourage you not to hesitate to call someone out if they do something unfair, call someone out if there is injustice, because sometimes whenever we're getting like a fat paycheck, it can deter us from saying anything critical, right? And the criticism is not about like winning a lawsuit or anything like that. The criticism is, you know, making sure that everyone feels like they're valued, right? And if there is some unfairness with harassment, with labor abuse meaning not paying living wages to others and you're getting a good paycheck, something like that, then speaking out about that, like don't get too comfortable that you don't speak out about that, because you can really elevate that company, that industry, and people around you to see the value in everyone. Whenever you know, workers are sort of treated unfairly, then it lowers the morale, right? It's like, why should I work hard for this company if they just treat me like bullhorn? But if you value everything that every worker does, you know, and every worker is not going to have the same strengths as, you know, Joe or Jim or Sally or Susie, but just value what each person values brings to the table, then that's going to help the company ascend as a whole, right? It's all about like delegating the strengths to the right departments, the strengths to the right tasks, and you know, not letting anyone slip through the cracks. This kind of reminds me of like slipping through the cracks, right? If you treat you know, Tammy like she's a dumb bimbo, then she's not going to you know, work harder to shine your shoes, right? So she might slip through the cracks, right? But let me know if that resonated. I hope the new job goes well. I do feel like it's a great step in the right direction and on your way to your dream job. I don't think this is the dream job, but I feel like you will make a lot of connections in this job, and it will launch you forward into your professional goals and professional dreams. I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you. Bye. Okay, pile number two. Pile number two, if you would like to win a Morgan-GREER Tarot in a 10, subscribe and comment hashtag Morgan-GREER, and when I reach 2,000 subscribers, I will pick one lucky winner to win this deck. And then each milestone, I'll give away another deck. I want everyone to read tarot. It's great for self-improvement, self-development. So what will taking this job be like for pile number two? How will this new job go? What will happen if they take this new job for pile number two? What will happen if they take this new job for pile number two? What will happen if they take this new job? Pile number two. What will happen if they take this new job? What will happen if they take this new job? What will happen if they take this new job? Pile number two. Tell us about this new job. What is it? New job. One more shuffle. Shuffle. What am I talking about? We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Knight of Cups reversed. Knight of Pentacles. Dang, lots of knights. Four of Wands. We have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Eight of Cups reversed. So, a little bad news, but there's a small silver lining. I feel like you might take this job for financial stability, but you might be sort of a dreamer in the background and fantasize about what you ultimately want to do instead of being present in the current job. And you might take this job, financial stability, with this Four of Wands. It's usually a positive card, but in all of this mess, I feel like this is more about, like, I need this job to pay the bills, right? I need this job to catch up on debt. It's more monetary, it's more convenience related than it is your dream. I think it's very opposite of your dream, right? Like, let's say if your dream is to be a, I'm hearing life coach, but really it can be any job. If your dream is to be a life coach and you take a job as a banker, like, those are two diametrically opposite industries. And so, you know, maybe you didn't take that job as a psychic assistant because it didn't pay as well, but you took the bank job because it pays well, it has benefits, and you know, it might be like you have a family to feed, or yeah, kids to feed, family to feed. The Four of Wands talks about home and all of that. But essentially what you're doing in this job is wasting time. With the Seven of Pentacles reversed, this is investment. So it's like investing your time into the wrong thing, investing your time into diametrically opposite industry than what you want. You're not gaining any experience to move you to the next level in your dreams. You're just sort of distracting yourself, you know, working for someone else in order to have a stable life. And I get it, you know, like, we have to pay the bills, we have to feed our kids and all of that. I just feel like in your particular situation, you might try to look for jobs that are more in line to your overall dream, and not necessarily not something that's like totally out of left field. I also think that whatever your dream is, it's going to take a while to get to with this Knight of Pentacles, and it's going to be hard to walk away from this position if they pay you so well. It's going to be hard to walk away from this position if you have benefits, and you know, you might even like feel at home here. You might have coworkers, and it might be close to your home, but there's not a whole lot of risk in it, right? So you're gonna have a hard time walking away from it, but the longer you don't walk away from it, the further away you are from your dreams. And like I said, your dreams are gonna take a while with this Knight of Pentacles. Your dreams are going to take effort and consistency and determination. And it's something that is not going to be easy. It's not going to come easy. At the very least, you might work on your dreams as some sort of side hustle. Like, I did say life coach. So you might take, you know, part-time clients on or something like that. But the thing is taking on clients part-time, it's like the energy is going to, you're not going to be at your 100% to build up that client base, because your energy is devoted to this cozy, comfy job. Also, it's funny because I'm looking at this Knight of Swords and I'm thinking this could be like a telemarketing position or like a customer service position, a telephone representative, because Knight of Swords is about communication. And so it's funny that I can't speak whenever talking about like a speaking position. But I also want to say with this Knight of Swords that there could be a lot of gossip in this job. There could be a lot and that's might be one of the reasons why it feels sort of like home, right? Like you develop these bonds with coworkers because you guys can drag Microsoft Office in the break room together, right? You can drag how Internet Explorer like pales in comparison to Chrome or whatever it is. Or how, you know, Sally didn't get her TPS reports. I don't know. But there's some sort of bonding in gossip that is hard to walk away from because of those relationships that you develop. So it's not just money. It's like that camaraderie that you get from your colleagues. And, but I feel like, that is like, don't stop gossiping. I mean, don't be petty, but I feel like developing that bond is actually really good for just building that network of people, yeah, people you know, spreading out the network. I do, however, feel like these aren't your peers. I feel like they may feel like peers because you have this warm bond with them, this sort of like funny, let's drag Karen in a private Slack conversation or something, I don't know. But ultimately, because it's not your dream job, they're not your peers. They cannot teach you new things about your industry. They cannot relate to anything that you ultimately want to do. And so they're not really like-minded. Like, I feel like keeping them as friends is good, just because there's safety in numbers, and you should cast a wide net, just as far as networking goes, because, you know, Sally's husband could know, you know, that person who could hook you up with your dream position. But as far as this investment of time, this like everyday investment of time, it's taking you away from your ultimate goal. And there's going to have to be more determination and more dedication to your ultimate dream than what you are settling for in this position. So if you do take this new job, that's what is going to happen. So maybe consider holding off on this job, or you might take this job knowing it's a temporary thing. But I do feel like this is going to be something that's going to be hard for you to move away from, and the longer you're in it, the further away from your dreams you're gonna be. And so taking this new job, just know that there could be better opportunities that are more in line with your ultimate goals. So not the best message, but it's good to bring that into our awareness so that we can make the best choices. And also with jobs, I do have to say, because it is a job, take messages from psychics with a grain of salt. Do not give me all the power. You are a grown person. You can make these choices yourself, and I'm just here to confirm or... Sorry, battery pack died. But yes, if you need to take this job because you really need to feed your kids, then don't, you know, make the best choice for you. Anyway, I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you. Bye. Pile number 3. If you take this job, what will happen if you take this job? What will happen if you take this new job? What will happen if you take this new job? Okay, what will happen if you take this new job for pile number 3? this new job? What will happen if you take this new job? What will happen if you take this new job? One more shuffle. What will happen if you take this new job? The world, so we have the moon, the world. I'm sorry. 10 of Swords reversed, 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups reversed, and the 4 of Pentacles. Immediately with this 2 of Cups, I feel like it's not quite a vibrational match. Even if it looks like it's your dream job, I feel like it's not going to, there's something that's going to be off. And I know I'm saying a lot of personal experiences right now, but I do have to give a small little anecdote. I'm sorry. It is helpful, I promise. So I did start this new job and I'm loving it and I'm very grateful for it. But the week before I started, I had another interview for what I thought was a dream job. It had like all the checks that I want, you know, and I was really excited about it. But you know, the universe is funny sometimes, because the night before I got triggered by this girl and I couldn't sleep. And I mean, I take ownership, like I let her trigger me, you know, and it was like a blessing in disguise. She triggered me because I needed to purge some things, right? So I'm not like blaming her or resentful or anything, but I got triggered and I had a breakdown and I couldn't sleep for like the whole night, right? And I was like, dang, because I had an interview the next morning. I was like, dang, maybe I should reschedule, but I thought I should just push through this. So stayed up the whole night, didn't get any sleep, and so I wasn't at my 100%. I was kind of like hazy and foggy, you know. I wasn't well rested, and I took the wrong train, and I was gonna call the person, but my phone died like right as I was gonna call them, and I forgot my phone charger. So I was like, okay, you're trying to tell me something. So I got home, and you know, I just figured like whatever happens, happens, you know, whatever happens is meant to be. I got home and charged my phone, and I checked my email on my laptop, and it's this really like catty email about like, I guess you don't want this job. So I was like turned off, you know, but I called them anyway because, you know, maybe we can work something out. Maybe, you know, I can turn it around, misunderstanding. And whenever I called them, like the vibes were off and they were like, this isn't gonna work for me. And I feel like I was a little harsh with my words too, because I was just thinking about their like rude email, you know? And the thing about my industry is there's a lot of like ego involved and a lot of like divas. And I've made the mistake of wanting like the experience and like wanting a job just to, so I would like sacrifice a little bit of self-respect just and like wiping these like divas asses just to like get that experience, right? But if you aren't connecting with something, this 2 of Cups reversed, if you aren't feeling the vibes of that other person, then it doesn't matter how much of a dream job it is. It's not going to give you what you deserve, right? And so that whole experience was a blessing in disguise, because even though it was a dream job on paper, I would have to work for a jerk, right? And they obviously did not jive with my energy, because you know, they said it wasn't a fit for them. So you want something that's equal. You want a give and take. If there is something that you cannot put your finger on about a connection, the moon is all about illusions and things that go bump in the night. And, you know, because whenever it's night, our path is illuminated by the moon, and it's not as bright as the sun, so we can't quite see what's there, right? So if there's something you can't put your finger on, but you're feeling like bad vibes about a boss you interviewed with, or just the company itself, don't do it. Because I guarantee you there will be something that gives you that equal give and take in a company, right? If you impress an interviewer and the interview goes well, but you have icky feelings about the interviewer itself, that's a red flag for you. You should pay attention to that. And with this 10 of Swords reversed, it could even be like a pattern that you have already experienced, and especially with the world. The world can talk about patterns and cycles. So this may be something that your higher self knows, that you have experienced yourself. You know, you know, when I say working with divas, there are little like red flags that in the past I have just like, you know, I'm a Libra, so I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and see their perspective, and maybe they just had a bad day and blah, 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 blah. So making like all these excuses for them. But like it always blows up in my face whenever I don't pay attention to those red flags. So if something feels off and there's like a little like signal to you that this boss is going to treat you unfairly, this boss is going to treat you like shit, and it's something that you have been through before, don't take it. Someone will value you, someone will see your worth, and someone will give you what you deserve, but you have to sort of vote with the universe that you do deserve it, right? So if you take a job that has this little red flag, then what you're telling the universe is, I don't deserve something worthy of me. I deserve to be treated like crap because I saw this red flag and I didn't do anything about it. I'm zooming in on this red thing right here, right? Red flag X, no. And I've never seen that before, but it's like really coming through with this message. And I feel like with this world, it's like there's so many opportunities out in the world for you, right? I also feel like sometimes the world can mean internet, so that you might have like more opportunities if you just do a deep dive on the internet. But really pay attention to the energy of the people, because it can look like the best job on paper, but if something feels off, it's going to be a horrible job in the long run, right? Like the dream job isn't worth it, and you're only going to get jaded by what you jaded by your career, jaded by your profession, jaded by your industry if you take dream jobs that where you're working for shitty people, right? And so with this Four of Pentacles, I would caution you to, one, save up, save a little nest egg if you can. You know, if possible, I know it's not possible for everyone, but save a little nest egg to take a break from jobs, you know, for 3 months or something, 3 months pay, to just sort of test the waters in other directions, right? To see other options out there. Also with this Four of Pentacles, this is telling me hold back. You know, sometimes whenever we're presented with a dream job, we're kind of like overexcited, right? Like, yes, I'll do anything for you. Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. Yeah. And that's like important, right? But again, if they're going to treat you badly, then showing that enthusiasm is showing them that they can walk all over you. And so holding back a little bit is going to be beneficial, and yeah, saving your money, holding back from this job. I do get bad vibes from this job, I'm sorry. And, you know, if it's not resonating, then it's not the reading for you. But if you have any sort of bad feeling, you're going to know. I mean, the moon is all about intuition. So I'm just confirming your intuition. I'm confirming what you already know. If you do have a feeling that there is a red flag, then trust that feeling. You are right about that feeling. And there are better things out there for you. This isn't like the only job you're gonna get. This isn't like the only great offer you're gonna get. And you know, when I said there are a lot of opportunities in the world and you have to vote for what you feel like you deserve, if you tell this person no, if you shut off you know, this opportunity, then what you're telling the universe is that you trust it to send you something better, okay? God's gonna send you something better, but you have to sort of tell the universe what you want, right? And so if you say, no, that's not for me, then, you know, your angels are gonna be more than happy to hook you up with something that's more in line with you. And that includes your dream job, and that includes people who who give you this equal give and take, who meet you on your level, right? There's this mutual, like, I am a valued person who can give you, I'm a valued employee who can give you, I hate whenever it shuts off. But this is mutual, valuing each other mutually. So if you have a service, then the person you are providing the service for values that service, right? And you value working for that person because you respect that person, right? So there is mutual respect, mutual value, and mutual understanding. But if you have the slightest inkling that even though this is a dream job, working for that person, like, if that person is going to undervalue you, if that person is going to overwork you, if that person is going to treat you like this little minion, this little, like, subhuman piece of garbage who they can walk all over, then that isn't, in fact, the dream job, right? Like, they can write, it could be, like, the best on Indeed, but the worst in practice. And just make sure to keep the door open for other opportunities, and not lower yourself, because you are someone who has a service to offer. You are someone of value who has a job needs you as much as you need the job, okay? Let me know if that resonates. I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you. Bye.